And the pastor called me up and said, look, I have this case. I have this manifest. It's happening right now. I want to send him over to you. Can I do that? And just at that moment, I happened to be meeting with my exorcism team. We'd kind of finished the meeting. And so I thought, this would be a good enough time to see him, to at least give an initial assessment of him. And so they sent him over to me, and I remember answering the door. This guy was a hulking individual. I remember thinking, if he decides, if he really truly has the demonic, or even if he doesn't, but let's say the matter is like severe mental illness. If this guy decides to get violence, there is no one is going to be able to stop him. So I brought him in, but he was the epitome of a gentleman. He came along with his wife and his two parents. And, so what he told me is he had made this pact when he was a child. And what occurred was his older brothers, they had their friends over and they decided to get out a Ouija board and play with it. And in the course of which they invited Jeremy to participate. And Jeremy had no idea what he was getting into. He had no notion of what a Ouija board was. He had no idea that he was going into a spiritual realm. And frankly, he had very little religious formation to boot. But what he described is later that evening, when he was in bed in his room, and all the lights were off, a figure came forward to him, a figure that was so dark that he made the rest of the room appear like it was daylight. Even though all the lights were off, that it was dark outside and so forth. And so this figure came forward and said to Jeremy, I will make you really strong if you give me this. And he named something, he uttered some word that Jeremy now today couldn't remember it. It was nonsensical to him. It was just something that he didn't know what it was. But the offer for him was for him to be super strong. And so he agreed. And so what he described is this black figure jumped into the air, did a somersault, and jumped into his chest. And from that moment, he was the strongest kid around. Like he was incredibly strong. Like he would beat up kids that were years older than him. He went on, became a firefighter. He would accomplish